One of my favorite parts of the Sinnoh region is the decision to vary music for the day and night themes. The song remains the same at its core, but there's so many techniques used to vary the orchestration. A lot of them involve key changes up a half step, but there are many other techniques utilized. Today, we'll look at some of those techniques and listen to some incredible bops from Pokémon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Let's start at the beginning of the game with Twinleaf Town. Let's listen to a bit of the day theme. It's an incredibly peaceful tune that really sets the scene for the beginning of our Pokémon adventure. Now, let's listen to the night theme. It might not sound too different at first. The key and the instrumentation is the same, with one exception. We have the addition of a bass clarinet with a counter melody similar to the counter melody in the day theme. Here's the counter melody in the day theme, and now the counter melody in the night theme. Both counter melodies have a similar rhythm and melodic contour. Then, there's this triplet arpeggio line happening throughout the B section of the night theme, while the day theme has this 16th note arpeggio line that starts in the C section. As you can see, there are a few minor differences, but they really change the atmosphere to create variances between the day and night themes. If we're a bit weary from leaving our home, let's head to the Pokémon Center. The day version is quite a bop. It has some Latin inspiration with instrumentation and the underlying tresillo rhythms. Tresillo is a type of rhythm in Latin music that sounds close to a triplet. Let's take a listen to the difference between the two. For the Pokémon Center day theme, we are in E major and have quite a lot of separated notes and syncopation. It has this punchy, groovy bass line in the A section that smooths out a bit in the B section in terms of style and intervals. We have a lot of chromatic motion in the bass line of the B section compared to the jumping around between the 1 and the 5 chord in the A section. Then we move to the night theme. It really does sound like night and day. They are so different. The night theme is this smooth swing theme that you could just drift off to. We've changed time signatures from 4/4 to 12/8, and we're also in a different key, C major, which is the flat 6 of the day theme. We go from electric bass to acoustic bass and various percussion to a traditional drum set. The B section includes some brass, and it's almost like a jazz ballad with a triplet swing feel. The bass motion is more chromatic in the A section, and then a smooth walking bass line consisting of arpeggios of mostly diatonic chords. The A section in the day theme jumps around more intervallically speaking, and the B section in the night theme does something similar. While the B section in the day theme is more chromatic, and the A section in the night theme has chromatic motion in the bass too, we have changed around quite a lot of elements, and to me, the coolest thing is the shift in the bass motion between the two sections in the day and night theme. Next stop on our journey is Juggler City. We have this really bouncy swing style tune, the piano has the melody, and we have this really kind of in the pocket feel to it and some separation in the notes, and we have acoustic bass and the drum set driving the style, giving it a nice jazz feel. Now, the night theme has this really cool saxophone counter melody to add to the swing and jazz style. I greatly appreciate this as a saxophonist. And it's such a cool counter melody! Then in the B section, we have this high background part in the piano to contrast the smooth melody in the electric piano. It's still a swing feel and the same key, but the counter melody and the instrument changes are so well done. Flora Roma Town has an interesting type of style change. Let's take a quick listen to the beginning of the day and night theme. The accompaniment to the melody is separated and bouncy because it's emulating the pizzicato technique in the strings, and glissandos in the harp. Pizzicato is where you pluck the string rather than using the bow, and glissandos are where the harps just graze their fingers across several strings, like this. The day theme is so flourishy. We have all these piano trills to make everything sound so light and effervescent, and the B section is more legato as most of the strings are bowed rather than plucked. While the night theme is in the same key as the day theme, the strings utilize a different technique that has a much different feeling to it. The instrumentation is almost the exact same, but the feelings and the sounds are so different because of the pizzicato versus arco techniques. Arco is when the string players use the bow rather than plucking the strings with their fingers. Arco is what we see or mimic when we think violin. The B section is still legato, but has less motion in the bass compared to the day version, as they only play on the first downbeat of every measure. There is an emphasis on the lower stringed or pitched instruments, as if to give the feeling that the sun has gone down and it's nighttime. I had to fit this into the video, as it's one of my favorite songs from this game. I used to turn on my game and fly to the Pokémon League just so I could hear it for an extended amount of time. Let's look at the day theme first. It's pretty straightforward. It's solo piano and in C major, and so beautiful! Then we have the night theme, which is kind of like this Rhodes electric piano sound, but also always reminds me of a music box version of the day theme. The night theme, the only change other than the instrumentation is the fact that we are now in E major, which is the chromatic median of C major. Again, I just needed to take a minute to talk about it. It's so beautiful. Let's move on to our last song. Interestingly enough, this song is the last song we'll be looking at in the video, but it was the song that inspired me to create this video. It is such a bop. Let's start there, okay? I'm gonna stop talking so you can just listen. There is a lot to unpack here. There are two different complex melodic lines happening simultaneously. Let's start with the main melody. While we're in B flat minor, we have so many flourishes and non-chord tones throughout this melody. But it does not end there. We have this crazy counter melody happening in the piano. Take a listen. It's so flourishy and complements the swung melody in the brass so well. You might be thinking, how can the night theme get any crazier? Well, hold on. Listen carefully. The counter melody that we just talked about is the main theme for the night theme. That is so freaking cool. I never realized that until I started learning how to play the day theme on the piano. While the key change is only up a step to C minor, the orchestration technique of flipping the melody and counter melody is not often seen. Overall, we see how the composers of Pokémon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum utilize a lot of different techniques to create variation in the day and night themes. It's truly amazing how all the orchestration techniques really alter the sound. The song stays similar at its core, but things like key, instrumentation, or style changes are a large part of what make these variances. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I love doing these music theory videos, and please consider checking out my Patreon if you would like to support my creations further. Thank you, bye!